Triratna Saranam Namami Tabai Buddhai. Prostration to the Guru, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Once again, I have come with the English translation of the practice of meditation of stanzas 48 and 49 from the book Bodhicaryavatara, which is translated as The Conduct of Bodhisattva, written by Acharya Santideva. Okay, before going directly to the English translation, I would like to give a little bit of background so that understanding, these stanzas become more clear. I have explained this one in this background in the previous video also. Acharya is giving the metaphor of a woman and a man who is in deeply love with the man is deeply love in with the girl, and he is so protective of the woman that he would not allow anyone else to even look at the face of the woman. And the woman is now dead, and the body was given to the vultures, and the vultures are ripping apart the muscle of the girl, and then the skeleton are showing. Okay, and the man is so scared of this, all visualized thing, all things, the bones and muscle and the state of her girlfriend in this stage, that he is not able to even see that body. So Acharya is saying this stanza 48 in that context. Okay, so it goes like this: on seeing immobile skeleton like this, you are scared. Then why are you scared of zombies? Okay, here zombie means, we all know that a zombie are the dead body which are possessed by the evil spirits. So anyone, any loved so-called loved ones or near and dear ones who do not stop you to do non-virtuous activities, who encourage you to do the non-virtuous activities like stealing, lying, all those things, they are not your well-wishers. Okay, because they are encouraging you to collect the causes that will lead you toward the suffering. Okay, in that context, Acharya I have used this zombie, but Acharya has used similar word which is called Bethal. So in that context, the zombie is used because these zombies will push you towards, take you towards the suffering. Okay, by making you do non-virtuous activities. So the so-called you lovers or well-wishers who do not stop you from doing non-virtuous activity, who encourage you to do the non-virtuous activities, are not your well-wishers, but they are evil people like a zombie. Okay, in that context, this word zombie is used. And the second stanza 49 goes like this: the saliva and the excrement of her gets produced from same food. That excrement is not desirable to you. How can their drinking saliva be pleasurable to you? Now here the term, the drinking saliva, this stanza refers to the activity of kissing that is happening between two lovers. If you collect the saliva and give it to the lover to drink it, they will feel sick. Okay, but because they are so much in their lust or in their ignorance, attachment, they even drinking the saliva while kissing each other. Okay, that's what Acharya is saying. Okay, so these stanzas should be read or understand in the context that they are meant to detach you from the attachment to another body, so that you stop running behind the activity, doing the activities, running behind things that will number one, create the suffering, causes of suffering for the next life, and also it won't let you settle your mind. And without your mind settled, with your agitated mind, as it being the meditative absorption is not possible. So in order to settle your mind, Acharya has written these stanzas. Okay, the main hindrance that will stop your mind stay quiet is the object of attachment, your attachment. Now, why is it so important to settle your mind and achieve the meditative state of meditative absorption or samadhi or samatha, so that you can realize emptiness directly, non-conceptually. Okay. Now, what is mean by that? This direct realization of emptiness directly. Okay. In order to understand that, let me explain you three types of wisdom according to Buddhism. Okay, according to Buddha. So first level is like you will hear all the teachings regarding the this dependent originations, what are these ignorance, what is conditioning, what is consciousness, all those things. You gather all the informations given by Buddha through reading and hearing. You know about these six realms by reading about that through the text, okay, given by Buddha. That is the one level of wisdom. Once you gather those information, you think about those things, you start analyzing those things. That is called the contemplation, which is the second level of wisdom. So this first level of wisdom and second level of wisdom, in this type of wisdom, what happens is that there's a lot of thinking happening. Is that these are the conceptual type of wisdom. But the third level of wisdom is that is the meditate happens during the meditation, when you start realizing them or seeing them directly without any concept. Okay, there is no any thinking happening, there is no any concept happening. You seeing them directly in your mind. Okay, this thing, whatever you have read, whatever you have contemplated, you start seeing that things directly. Okay, until you see the things directly, your thinking is, your understanding is conceptual, and you have conceptual understanding of those things, but you are still not, you haven't still achieved the Bodhi. Okay, so in order to achieve the Bodhi, you need to see this emptiness, you need to realize this emptiness directly. Okay, when I say emptiness here, what it means is the dependent origination of the things. Okay, especially these realms. Okay, human realm, hungry realm, good god realm, demigod realm, animal realm. These are all originated based on the causes and condition. There's no any outer god things there who is creating this thing to us. Okay, these are created because of our own ignorance, that makes us see the things, that condition our mind to see the filthy things good, filthy body which is made up of pus and pieces and blood and bone beautiful, and you do all sort of activity to make that another body yours, to make that another body beautiful. And in doing so repeatedly, you create yourself becoming, you become, okay, if you are angry person, you become, anger becomes your personality, and then your realm becomes the hell. That means that you will feel the suffering of the hell realm in that body and mind. Okay, that means you get born in that hell realm and then bear the pain of that hell realm in that body. Okay, so these are the causes and condition which create this six realm is because of you not realizing everything is dependent originating, not realizing, seeing the filthy things as beautiful, not realizing your virtuous non-virtuous conduct will lead to you to become in certain way and get born in those realms. Your personality, that will create your personality, and you will feel the suffering of those realms depending upon that becoming, which depend upon the afflictions, major afflictions you have. So these are the dependent origination of the Sikh realms, which you gather from the reading and contemplating, and you start seeing directly in the meditative during the meditation. So for that seeing directly seeing, you need to achieve the samatha. Okay, without samatha, if you don't achieve samatha or meditative absorption, state of meditative absorption, you won't be able to see them directly. Until then, all your understanding is conceptual. And in order to understand, achieve the bodhi, it is important you see those things directly without conception. For that, meditative absorption is needed. And the things of our attachment and our anger are the things that will create obstacle in achieving the meditative absorption, okay, or samadhi. So that is why samadhi is important. That is why observing the ethical moral conducts are important, so that we don't get agitated. Let's discuss this picture, the picture of the first and second state of mind in meditative absorption practice. So let me give you idea of what happens when you join with any unbroken lineage of Buddhist enlightenment. Is that whenever you join with them, you don't go jump directly, you don't go directly to the meditation absorption practice. Prior to going to this level, you have to do some other preliminary practices, where you contemplate about the death, you contemplate about the precious human life, you contemplate about the impermanence of the things around us, and you contemplate about the importance of achieving meditative absorption, all those things. And then only after you have certain level of realization, you will be introduced to the meditative absorption practice. For that, your guru will give you some object based on your characteristic, your afflictions or your mental characteristic, which can be any dicks, any color dicks, or or your mind on breathing also, or any statue of Buddha. And you sit on the cushion and try to remember those objects, and then try to visualize that object in your mind, and try to see that in your mind, that visualized object in your mind. Okay, so initially your mind, because it is too distracted due to attachment and anger, visualizing that thing is not easy for you, it won't come easy. And most of your energy will be focused on removing those mental chattering that are arising due to attachment and anger. And once it is start when once the first glimpse of those object, okay, visualized object, start appearing in your mind, then it is called you have reached the first stage of the meditative absorption practice. Okay, which is denoted by this thing, the lower elephant. And then you continuously keep on doing practices, then the visualize, you are able to focus your mind, keep your mind in that visualized object for at least say 1 minute. If that happens, then it is said that you are in second stage of meditative absorption. Your mind is in second stage. Okay, so same thing is represented by this top elephant, which has this little bit of white color appearing in the head of elephant, and the head of the monkey, the color of the head of the monkey is also turning to gray. Some of the picture shows white color in the monkey's head also, but it has gray color. Anyway, this means that your mind has started settling and starting to remember or seeing that visualized object for at least 1 minute. Okay, and there are 3 objects here. I have explained about this cloth before. It represents the object of tactile sensation, and there is this cell which represents the object of your auditory senses. Okay, and this is the fruit which represents the object of your taste. So these are the two stages of mind during meditative absorption practice, and you have to cross 9 stages, such 9 stages, so that before you going to close to the achieving samadhi. Okay, so you keep on applying the mindfulness and awareness practice, and keep on applying the detachment practice and practice of loving kindness, compassion, to get rid of those mental chattering which are arising due to of your anger and attachment. And your mind keeps on becoming more calmer and calmer, and then the visual object also keeps on staying there for longer and longer time. Okay, in the second stage it remains for 1 minute, and then subsequently when you keep on practicing, it will start remaining more. um, that's all for these 2 stages today, and I will be discussing other stages when the context comes. I want to say one more thing before jumping to this type of detachment practices. This is the 8th chapter. I don't know, some of you who have joined me later, just recently only, they might not be aware that Acharya Santideva has already discussed about the importance of bodhicitta. Okay, prior to coming to this practice of seeing the things, filthy nature of the things. Okay, so he has generated bodhicitta in the first, second, and third chapter collectively. He has generated, he understood the importance of bodhicitta, and then he understood the importance of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And then he generated the bodhicitta in front of the Buddha, Bodhisattva, and Sangha. So what is bodhicitta? Okay, bodhicitta is the awakening mind, or the mind which inspires to be Buddha, so that they can end the suffering of not only themselves but the entire world, the beings of the entire world. Okay, so that mind is called bodhicitta. They practice, they walk in the path of the Buddha shown by Buddha. That means they study, they hear the teaching of Buddha, they contemplate about the teaching, they do the meditation practice to obtain the meditative absorption, so that they can realize the emptiness. I mean, this thing, these links and this world, 3 realms, directly in the mind, so that they become enlightened, and then so that they start and showing the path to the beings also. Okay, that mind which has this intention in their mind, and with this intention they start practicing, that mind is called bodhicitta. Okay, so then after generating the bodhicitta, then after only Acharya is starting talking about the filthy nature of the body. Okay, this is this gross thing. He didn't directly jump in these filthy things, because if you don't have compassion and kindness, bodhicitta, then this thing might depress some people. Okay, they might think that there is no point in living. So that is not the intention of these stanzas. Okay, intention of this stanza is to calm your mind, so that it is not distracted with the chattering generating because of attachment and anger, so that you can realize the emptiness directly from without concept. Before that, you need to have conceptual understanding of emptiness through the reading and hearing, and through the contemplation. Okay, now comes why we worry about the all beings. Why not just achieve enlightenment and just go and say bye bye to this world? Well, this life is not only the life. Okay, if you understand this concept of this 6 realm, and the concept of becoming and birth, and then aging and dying, you will understand that this is not only the life. You had life before this. Okay, this life, You have several times born in one of these 6 realm, and you had the parents, like you have the parents in this present life, you also had parents in those life. They equally loved you that life also. They give you birth, they feed you, they make you, they help you grow. Imagine, in this life also, imagine if you have any baby. Imagine if someone didn't put any food in your mouth, that baby won't even survive. So same thing happened in previous life also. So we are indebted with that thing, with that parents, that the parents of every life. Okay, so you don't want to leave your parents, in this suffering, to live and suffer here, and then you go and enlightenment. um, we are not that selfish, so we achieve enlightenment for everyone, not only us. We want everyone enlightened. That's why we generate bodhicitta, so that we become Buddha, and we help entirely motherly being. Although we don't remember now, we don't have any memory of past life. They were mothers in past life who loved us, who looked after us. Now we are in this life, we forgot about those life. But it doesn't mean that we didn't exist prior to this life. The life didn't happen nowhere. Okay, so we have been here, we have taken the birth, we have died several times, we have taken birth several times, so many times that each and every beings we see around us, there is possibility that they have been our mother in previous life. Okay, so you don't want to leave them alone here. So you want to achieve the bodhi, and then come back and teach them, and then help them get out of this suffering of this 6 realm. Okay, when we say suffering, we referring about this six of I mean birth and death and cycling, vicious cycling inside this realm. Okay, when we say about suffering, we don't mean that, that petty suffering of, you have hurt your finger, you don't have money, your girlfriend has left you. Those are petty things. Okay, this happens in any of this realm, wherever you die, born, this happens. So until you stop this 6 realm, until you get out of this 6 realm, those suffering of physical pain, mental pain of not having girlfriend, or not having money, or not having this thing or that thing, or just, having some physical accidents, those are minimum thing that will happen in any birth, you any life, and any realm you born, and you die there. That is also, in suffering of impermanence. We all are familiar with that also. We are familiar with the suffering of, physical and mental pain of this life also. But those two are small suffering compared to the suffering of, becoming and getting born in these realms. Okay, because this burning and dying, and then burning again, and then dying, taking birth again, is non-stop until you achieve bodhi, until you remove your ignorance. Achieving bodhi means, acquiring bodhi means, getting enlightened means you removing all your ignorant. That will stop your conditioning, that will stop you taking birth, and then go through all those cycle, and becoming, and then getting birth, and then dying, aging, dying, and then, that vicious cycle. Until and unless you stop this vicious cycle, you will be suffering. You will have mental pain, you will have physical pain, you will go through the pain of death, pain of losing, what you like, pain of getting what you don't like. Those things will happen until you do not stop it. And whenever we say that, may I become Buddha so that I can lead everyone out of suffering, we are referring about this suffering. We're not referring about making you have, rich by giving money, or, referring about making you have the girlfriend you desire, all those things. we Buddhists are referring about the getting out of this sixth realm of suffering. Okay, so the only intention we have in our mind for practicing is so that we end the suffering of the beings, all the entire motherly being, not only us. Okay, so that is called bodhicitta. So that is our intention of practice. Whatever we do, even doing this type of detachment practice where you see the body as filthy, is behind doing this type of practice you should have bodhicitta on the background. Okay, you should never leave that bodhicitta. So whenever you do any practice, you should say yourself, this practice, because I am doing this practice so that I can see the truth. Okay, see the emptiness directly and help beings in the suffering. Okay, and then whenever you finish any practice, meditation practice or any reading practice or contemplating practice, you end the session by dedicating that merit. Okay, these are all meritorious things, and you end that practice by dedicating that merit. And I will end it like this, that may with this merit of contemplating, translating, teaching, making video, making post, all those, due to all those meritorious activity, may all beings be able to stay away from anger and attachment, and be able to achieve the meditative absorption and see the emptiness, realize the emptiness, directly in their mind. And you can use your own word to dedicate. You don't need to copy it. It's like, if you understand the gist of what we're doing, then you should be able to it should be able to come spontaneously within from you. Okay, you should not be copying anyone. Just understand what we're doing, and then the thing will come yourself. Okay, so dedicate your practice of hearing this thing, trying to understand this thing, these teachings, these stanzas, to the achieving of bodhi, of not only yours but entire motherly being. Okay, that's all for today. I will see you next time. Keep yourself safe. Bhavatu Sarvamangalam.